Can you imagine your young child, niece or nephew, being ripped from your arms, forced into the commercial sex trade, not being able to enjoy a normal life, or not ever experience life without abuse? Every single day, women and children are forced into this life. And it's up to us to educate ourselves about the issue, stop human trafficking, and help our victims. I'm qualified to speak on this issue because I'm a strong believer in these programs. I have even participated in the programs in the past before even doing my research. I realized that there are individuals that have been affected by human trafficking, and my way of supporting was participating in something called the Glen Burner. It was something that was brought on by my church. What we did was there was a 5K run or walk, and all the proceeds went to a nonprofit organization. This nonprofit organization, what they would do was they would pay for a girl for $24. They would meet her in a local motel, and when they arrived, they had a safe way and a safe house to assist her with fleeing if she desired to do so, says Shat. I believe that we can all help those that have been affected, and we can all help them to have a normal life again. I believe that everyone should be interested in this crisis because, unfortunately, we're all affected by this every day. Especially living in the Baltimore area. The Baltimore area is a main hub for human trafficking. Maryland has one of the highest rates of domestic human trafficking in the nation, according to the National Human Trafficking Hotline. The reasoning that they believe Maryland carries such high rates are because of the several international airports, the seaport, and multiple interstates and highways. Governor Hogan even went to the extent to create a hotline, a confidential hotline that allows victims or others who believe that someone could be a victim to text for help. The name of it is the Be Free text line. If you text help to 233-733 Be Free, someone will help you, and someone will aid you, and someone will respond. Today, I'll be talking about the ongoing issues of human trafficking and the threats that we face every single day, walking to the mall, riding your bike, even walking to your car at the end of the night. You're always at risk. We are all always at risk. I will also discuss ways to prevent being a victim and options that we have to get involved in the support. To start off, let's talk about how we are affected by human trafficking. There are many problems that come in human trafficking, and there's many different forms of exploitation. Did you know that at any moment there's an estimated 40.3 million people being victimized, says Love146. Did you know that at this very moment that 4 million children are being exploited in sex trafficking and labor trafficking? Also says the Love146 charity. Traffickers exploit vulnerabilities, and being a child is an instant vulnerability. Women are also very vulnerable to these predators, especially if you're alone, making themselves easy targets. And unfortunately, all the individuals that are forced into commercial sex trade are victims, and half of our states have only half have laws that actually protect women and children from being prosecuted says Love146. And the pimps that own these children and these women, they know that. They know what states have more lenient laws. And Maryland being one of them, having weaker penalties, they're aware that if an individual is 18, that they have the possibility of only a misdemeanor charge. Some pimps will even wait to imprison the individuals until they turn 18, says Cassie. This is not just a woman and girls issue, though. 15,000 females, over 3,000 males, 135 gender minorities, and about 4,000 unknown genders, says the Polaris Project. As you can see here, yes, 68%, the orange section here, are women. So yes, they are more vulnerable. But males and the gender minorities, they also are victimized. No one is safe. Children who differ culturally and who have language barriers are even more likely, 2 times more likely to experience sex trafficking. Some may even be forced into marriage. Though these problems are not new and they've been happening forever, it's our job to become aware and to help stop the human trafficking crisis. There are many organizations working together to protect our survivors and aid them all over the world. Love146 is an international anti-child trafficking organization. They're based in the U.S. and they focus on prevention and survivor care. They provide homes for the victims. They train individuals to help them, give them the proper help that they need. They help them create a network, supportive people in their lives. They coordinate prevention education for other children, for adults, for women, for children. They have aided with survivor care. They have approximately 3,428 cases that they have aided children. 62,240 children that have been reached out by prevention education. Over 62,000 they have helped. And 14,728 adults that have been reached by their strategic collaboration. Knowledge is power. Love146 is committed to making the world a safe place for children. Their bold vision can and continues to reveal how vulnerability plays a part in this process, explaining not only how to help the survivors, but also how to prevent it from happening in the future. They provide transformative services. They develop outcome-focused solutions. They challenge society's response. And they help open our eyes to how serious this problem really is. Here's a quote from a 15-year-old surviving story. I knocked and identified when I entered, Hyde recalls. I told her I knew who she was and how old she was. She denied everything, including her real name. She's like, no, I'm not her. I'm not that girl. But when I tell her that the FBI had already grabbed the other girl and the guy, her demeanor shifted. She wasn't scared anymore. She became a kid again. She became polite. She said she needed help, that she didn't know how to get out. This is Love146's purpose, to give the victims another chance of life. Now that we know what Love146 is about, let's see how we can get involved. There are many benefits to supporting this charity. A main way to get involved is just to gain knowledge. Simply have knowledge on the issue. Be an advocate. Talk about it. Make people aware that this is a problem. We often think that things didn't happen like this back in the day, but truth be told, it happened. People just didn't talk about it. Things were not spoken of, and we didn't have the same protective measures that we have today. You can even host an event just to raise awareness. You can shop online for the victims on their website. You can donate. You can donate gifts. You can donate birthday gifts. There's a bunch of different ways to help, whether it be $5, $500. Anything helps. Love146 works in the U.S. and all around the world to help protect children and end trafficking and exploitation. We all want our families to live in a safe environment, but are we willing to take our time to gain the knowledge and become a willing participant in the fight and the mission? By joining this organization, you may not only save someone else's life, you just might save your own.